welcome to Obedient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope in Nigeria, notwithstanding what is happening in Delta State precisely. We believe that a new Nigeria is possible anyway. But the news that is coming out from Delta, Asaba precisely, is nothing to write home about. As we hear, protests broke out and at Okpanam Road in Asaba, Delta State, over the death of Okpanam's building materials chairman, who was alleged to have been shot dead by the police. And all of these things are happening. Yesterday, we were bringing this very particular event and we were showing it exactly how it was transparent that the police were actually not shooting up like the mainstream media were alleging us at that time. We saw that the video, while they are pointing their guns directly at those people. And as of today, 4 people have been confirmed dead, including the chairman, and then it escalated the tension in the center in Asaba, especially at Okpanam's thereabout. So that is the Okpanam Road in Asaba, Delta State, of course. All of us know that. So that we are going to analyze on, and then we will talk about the also the president of the Senate said that is mercenaries that are actually the ones that killed the soldiers in Delta and others, they call it foreigners. Well, we are going to hear part of that. And then the major thing again is the allocation of funds that Chief Bola Tinubu has disbursed to all the states. We are going to provide the details of all the states and how much was disbursed to all of these states. Of course, we know the one of the legislature and the other tiers of government, but precisely we are going to present to you all that were disbursed to the governors. And then it is up to you in your various states to hold your states and your state governors accountable. I'm not the only one to discuss this. I have Divine in the studio.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. We're so glad to have you. Yes,
as you are joining us wherever you are joining, please like and share so that all well-meaning Nigerians and Obedience worldwide will know what is happening in Nigeria. Obedient Family TV happens to be the reliable source of the news, undiluted, from Nigeria. So let's get this thing started, because our people say that there is no long story in the evening church service, so to speak. So Divine, let's get this. Yesterday we were watching when these things were happening, all the events were unfolding in Delta State and Asaba precisely, where they were having wasbos with police and then the Okada riders, and then they say the task force that did all of those things. But then what they were reporting from different news outlets does not correspond with what we see the police doing directly, because I was saying that yesterday, that these guns that they said were shooting on the air was not being shot on the air. We saw their hand pointing directly downwards, and today the answer has come. They have shot people down, and also they have inevitably died as of today. And that is the cause of this very protest, according to people who are there.
Well, it's just really sad, to be honest, that we have situations like this. Yesterday, these reports came and we saw that the police was directly shooting at these protesters who actually have a right to actually air their grievances. And it's just very sad to see that the people that are meant to protect life and properties are actually the ones who are trigger happy, and they are the ones who are causing death by shooting sporadically and shooting at people who had come out to actually have their voices be heard. Condolences to the families who have lost their people. We do not condone such barbarism or such trigger happiness, because we expect better from these security agents. And so we hope that this does not occur, and we pray that there's a form of normalcy being restored to this, region of the country.
Yeah, Divine, I want us to also look at this very thing precisely, how the people who were there reported it, because the reaction of people and report coming out there is not really healthy. They are not happy, because like in the past 1 week, a lot has been happening to Delta State. It's as if it is 1 day 2 troubles or 1 day 3 troubles, because it just keep happening. Let's take a sound bite from that very particular scene at Asaba. Let's take a listen.
As you can see how what we meet today, today. Okpanam Road. Yeah, opposite Flower Gate. Yeah, Okpanam Road. Here in the Okpanam boys. Okpanam boys. Because of yesterday, Hausa cause riot here yesterday being 18th. Yesterday being Monday 18th. Hausa cause riot here yesterday for this Okpanam Road. And they blocked road for 2 hours. And when they left, police people came and began to shoot a harassing gun, straight bullets carelessly, and killed the building material chairman yesterday. Building material chairman died yesterday, and today the Okpanam youth and some consigned Igbo youth decided to some consigned youth joined and was moving in this area to make sure say they destroy everything. So that is they are just protesting. They are protesting. You can see it. So the Okpanam youth need to come out because but the police people just come out and was guiding them. Carry maybe him or carry men car. Can you also maybe carry on matter? Already. So these Hausa people need to be cautioned. They need to be cautioned in Delta State. I'm telling you. They need seriously cautioned. Everywhere is blood, you can see. They're just abandoned, they're just pursuing us that we should not snap. But this was pointing guns on people with a camera. Say don't snap. That is why we clamp on the roof to make sure we cover what is happening. You see everywhere is since 9 o'clock this morning, everywhere was blocked. You can see the road. This is Okpanam Road. This is Okpanam Road. This is Okpanam from that chop right up, come up to Okpanam City.
That is the narrative from what do you call the people that are reporting from that very place, and a lot of investigation has been going on. And again, we also hear about the soldiers who are moving from Delta going into Bayelsa and also trying to capture. They said that the people who has ran off from that soldier community incident in, is it Ukoba or something like that, that they have now migrated or moved to Bayelsa, and these things that are happening within days inside of Delta State. Is my concern is, why are the authorities not paying attention to escalation of violence in a particular state within few days?
Well, what's interesting to me is the parts where the narrator or the person who made the video earlier was speaking, and he said that they were actually told to not make videos, and so they had to hide to actually make a coverage of what was happening in Okpanam Delta State. And it's just very sad to see, because the truth of the matter is that these people know that what they are doing is wrong, and that is why they are, it's really important to them that they hide their tracks, because now you're telling the civilians, oh, don't make videos, because they don't want a recording or there to be, you know, an actual, you know, evidence of their mess. And it's just sad because, you know, the Deltans have had a lot going on with them within the last few days. They've not caught a break from the situation in Okwama to the killing of, you know, residents and the huge casualties that were not reported and the narrative being controlled. They've had a lot going downhill in the south, and so we actually hope that this is not some form of you know, ploy on the part of the government to actually weaken their reserves and all of that, because we know this government has you know, a lot of desperation when it has to do with issues or things relating to oil and all of that, right? And what actually came to us is that recently there is a you know, allocation, federal allocation from the federation accounts that has come to different states, and it's actually interesting to note that Delta State got the highest allocation, right? And so for a state that got this high allocation, over 38.1 billion naira allocated to Delta State, and it's just interesting because we don't see it evidence in the lives or in the security of the Deltans, because if you get that much allocation, at least a lot should go into securing the place and make sure that at least our security operatives are not used as pawns to play, you know, political games and actually endanger the life of citizens in this particular community. So it's just very sad to see, and we condemn it in its entirety. And hopefully this money that is being allocated to them, this huge chunk of money, is actually used for the collective good of the people.
You know, talking about the allocation of funds that you just mentioned, that reminds me that that the FAC has disbursed about 2.07 trillion to all the 3 tiers of government, and we are going to bring about, since you started with the one of Delta State, I think the Delta about 30 what?
38.1
billion. 38.1 billion. But let's start showing you what Tinubu has disbursed, which is called FAC. That is locations for all the states in January. So let's use this opportunity to bring it to you. It's entirely up to the citizenry of each state to hold their state accountable. Let's start with Abia. Abia is doing so much, performing so much with little that they are getting. This is 8.3 billion going to Abia State. Alex, Oti, we congratulate you on the work you are doing there. Use this money judiciously. We know you are already doing, and perform wonders, and put light. Make sure that 24 hours light is happening to all Abians. Then we have Adamawa. We have 8.4 billion. Let's Adamawa also help to rescue some of the people who were kidnapped there. And then let's move to Akwa Ibom. We earlier mentioned that Akwa Ibom governor said that there is no egg for poor people. That poor people should not eat eggs, or should not, how did he even call it?
He said he refused the offer to subsidize eggs as one of the food items that the state government.
That eggs are not meant for poor people. That is coming from Akwa Ibom State. So if you are in Akwa Ibom State and you wish to hold your governor accountable, he has just received 26.6 billion naira. So hold him accountable if he feels that the poor should not eat eggs. Well, it is up to you. You can go to the comment section, tell us your thoughts, whether the poor are qualified to eat eggs. That is coming from Governor Omar Eno of Akwa Ibom State. Then we get to Anambra. Anambra is said to have received 10.1 billion. Yes, that is Anambra State. Of course, we know that there are road projects going on in Anambra State, and we wish that this money should be deployed to make sure that the hunger that is actually biting will, with the Anambarians, get subsidized food items to help them at this time of need, notwithstanding the road projects going on. Then let's look at Bauchi. Bauchi has 8.3 billion. And of course, we know what is going on in Bauchi. The people that are over there, you also know what is going on at your state. Hold your state governor accountable. Let them tell you how they spent this 8.3 billion they just received. Bayelsa is the next biggest after Lagos. It has 22.8 billion. Now, if you go to Bayelsa State, you will agree with me that all the big chunk of money they're getting from FAC are not translated in Bayelsa State. Bayelsa still remains one of the poorest states in Nigeria. Yes, that anybody can go to comment section and tell me I'm wrong. I could be. Then we get to Benue. Benue has 9.7 billion. Of course, we know what Agatu, we know what the headers and farmers are going there. Their governor should be able to deploy this to bring peace to Benue State. And we heard that a lot of mining has been going on there with trailers going off Benue State. They said the Chinese people are picking up their minerals and the government seems to keep a blind eye. Well, you, the citizens of Benue, your governor just received 9.7 billion. Bronu, of course, we'll be hearing all sorts of kidnappings, headers, clashes going on in Bronu. Your governor just received 10.5 billion. Hold him accountable. Now, let's move to Cross River State. Cross River, of course, has the lowest form, 6.6 billion. Of course, you are in Cross River State. You know what your needs are. Hold your governor accountable. We move to Delta. where the vine was hitting her point. That is the highest point, 38.1 billion. In the last 1 week, Basbos has been happening in this very delta. Is it this their money that we are targeted to say that the governor should release money to them? Well, it's entirely up to you. Whatever are your thoughts, go to the comment section, tell us, because in the last 1 week, 5 days ago, they have been hitting, raising buildings down and all manner of things, rioting and all of that going on there. And we know these are unsolicited events. But this money, 38.1 billion, is what the government of Delta State has received. Whether their target is from this money, the governor should know better. However, hold your governor accountable, Deltans. We go to a point that have 7.3 billion, 7.3. Boy, people, no know wetin be una own, no wetin una want. Make una hold una governor accountable. May I tell una wetin they carry on money they do. Edo people, I don't change to the ones where we say una go here why because when I speak this thing where we say they speak how they sweet pass Edo people and then they talk am like this, you go they sweet us. 10.2 billion Edo, una don hear am. Ekiti 6.9. Hold your governor accountable. Enugu, una know wetin una lack o. Una governor don't get 8.5 billion. Make una hold am accountable. Gombe 7.1 billion. Imo 9.5 billion. I know say Imo State go begin go do the normal APC stunt and all of that. So all of this one now we talk say make we carry come. Jigawa 9.8 billion. Hold Jigawa State governor accountable. All citizens of Jigawa. Kaduna have 7.3. This Kaduna owned, sure. I know supposed tell on waiting they happen there because 286 children kidnapped. The other day we have 16 people kidnapped and they are demanding billions. Please do not. You can negotiate, as they said, you can negotiate, but don't carry all the whole money that we feed people of Kaduna State to go and give these people that are bandits so that they will use it in be buying arms that they will use in be hurting the people over there. Kanu, 13.6 billion. That is what Kanu is looking at. NMPP people, we are on a day, make on a whole Yusuf Abba responsible. Then people of Katsina, on a don't get 9.8 billion. Hold your governor accountable. KB, 8.8 billion. That is what he got. Kogi, 7.4 billion. Kogites, we are on a day. Hold a governor accountable. Kwara, 7.3 billion. Lagos State, 23.6 billion. That is the third biggest getters. That is this thing for Lagos State. Then we have Nasarawa at 7.7 billion. Niger at 8.5 billion. Ogun at 7.1 billion. Ondo 10.3 billion. These are all money that has been disbursed from FAC. Tinubu just share this money. Now the money where they talk said then they go share for Abuja and I be all this one where with the brain come. And now the one where they just carry, where just they enter their account. So as you see on screen now with the bring and come. It is entirely up to you to ask your governors what they are doing with this money and let them show it, let it be seen in your different states. Osun 7.8 billion, Oyo 10.5 billion, Plateau 7.8 billion, Rivers 28.4 billion. Rivers, so una know now, Sim Fubara, we don't see how the money they take come, so use it judiciously, make Rivers State remember you. Sokoto 8.5 billion, Taraba 8.1 billion, Yobe 7.9 billion. Zamfara, 7.9 billion. Wow. This and this is what you see. And that is what Tinubu has shared with all the tiers of government. So all the whole people where we say, when they watch us, when I go see say, me must swear don't enter me because when I they call all these billion, Sweat don't even enter my body, but na billion. So it is left for you to hold your governors accountable. That is the most we can tell you. We know that our own troops, the Nigerian army, they are doing a lot of things. We heard that they have rescued about 16 abducted victims in Kajuru in Kaduna State. Kudos to them. They are our gallant officers. And also, we heard that Gospel Akpabio said one or two things. You know, when he opens his mouth, he said things that are really disruptive. Whether he does that intentionally, I don't know. But let's take a listen to what Akpabio really said. And if we don't have it, okay, we have it just as a breaking news coming out from Sahara reporters. Said that killers of the 16 Nigerian soldiers may be mercenaries, foreigners, says senior president. Well, this man, info don't see, because before them talk say, na people of Oku, Obabi, that community where they for Delta State, and talk say, na, but I think this man don't come out, talk say, na, and I be the third man for Nigeria, so him suppose no. Anyway, news where they come out from Delta and those communities and Bayelsa, more news they come out from that side. That will go bring out the truth where they there, where make them block road, make reporters and investigative journalists enter, go tell Nigerians what thing they happen for there, then they cover them. But somebody like Fisayo Soyombo, you go enter inside, go bring out the things. So Fisayo, you know, say you get your people, make you do this work for us, make we know the truth of waiting they happen. Why this number of people where they talk say buy for that side? Because they talk say plenty people buy there outside of these soldiers. Talk go soon come out. So and we hear the Governor Sani of Kaduna State talk say in go bring all the people where they kidnap. Whether not by in power, I no. But in talk say all the people where say they don't collect, say he must bring them back. Whether you go pay the money, say no go even tell anybody how you want to take do them. Say na kind waiting in the column that kind operation where say they no one make everybody know. But him giving word and him promise. Make we even hear how he take talk and for national TV myself.
I can tell you without any fear of contradiction. All the children kidnapped, by the grace of God, they will return back home safely. Put it down. I'm not telling you this, by the grace of God.
All right.
And I can tell you, we're determined. We're serious. We know the important responsibility of the government is the protection of lives and properties of the citizen. I know that. I'm not only a governor, I was a former lawmaker. I know the law, and I know everything. So for information, don't just run into having a kind of idea that we cannot do it. We will do it. But I will not disclose to you what we are doing. That was the reason why a few days ago I was cautioning media. Some people are even jubilating because of the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. You know, let me even tell you, that is the reason why some people have rushed into thinking that there's conspiracy in these issues. People are even coming up with some ideas that why are some people jubilating because of insecurity. Look, whether we like it or not, Nigeria is our own country. Kaduna is our state. We will work together to salvage this situation, and we will find solution. I have no doubt in my mind. I'm determined, and we will find solution to this problem. It's just a matter.
That is shown on one-on-one with Governor Sani of Kaduna State. So our time don't really they give us signal, and signal be say make we begin the carry our car come up for studio. But before we go, we must remind you again that Obedient Cooperative Society, Obedient Family Cooperative Society is still taking in people into our community platform and is on the description of this very video. My promise during our last meeting on Saturday is that every day when I come out, I'm going to announce it. I'm going to bring it until everybody who watches Obedient Family TV is aware and may be fine at this very time. So we're encouraging everybody to join the Obedient Family Cooperative Society, and the community is starting on WhatsApp. The expectation is we are going to develop Obedient Family Cooperative Society across all the local governments in Nigeria, because cooperative society operates within the local government cycle. And that will enable us to activate a very strong structure moving forward. One, as opposition, and secondly, in preparation for 2027. We must have we must form a formidable force together. And being in this cooperative society, we intend to support all the people who are in these cooperatives who are into agriculture, whether it's fish farming, the people into cash crop, the people who are into poultry, are going to assist them with seedlings or fingerlings and then feeds, and then have a collaborative effort that is going to be for mutual benefits. So please, if you are watching us live right now, pick up this link and share it in different groups that you belong to, so that other people will hear. Do not hesitate to register this same cooperative society in your local government. Let's start it and let's make it happen. Thank you for listening to Obedient Family TV. Until tomorrow when you come your way again. Bye for now.